Hey guys, welcome back to Sarcastic Remarks. Alongside nobody tonight. This is definitely a game to be doing by myself this evening. Stars lose their sixth out of seventh game by a final score of 5-1 to the Colorado Avalanche. Thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for being our sponsor. We always appreciate them for doing so. And as always, please go and use that promo code THPN next time you go and use their services. I'll just be flat out honest. I don't even know where to start at this point. I don't even know, because my gut reaction as a Stars fan is to just go out and scream and yell, and with everything that I have seen from this team the last couple of weeks. And on the flip side of this, they are still in the playoff spot. But I think the main thing I'm feeling right now is just flat out depression. This is a fan podcast. This is not a media podcast. This is not super analytical podcast, although we do get into stuff like that. It doesn't feel like right now that they're going to get out of this. I think they will eventually. But the way that they are playing right now is utterly ridiculous. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, and I'm not trying to be a Stars homer or a non-Stars homer. The team wasted my time tonight. Flat out. It was a waste of time to watch what we watched tonight. The ultimate reason why we watch hockey and why we watch this sport is to be entertained and to enjoy stuff like this. It's kind of a breakaway from other things going on in life and other things like that. And when we have something like this doesn't help. It really doesn't help. I don't even know where to start with this game here tonight. But first, I guess what I could say is I got to give credit to the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, they were the better team by far. Other than the one mistake that they made at the very beginning of the game, giving it to Logan Stankoven and letting him score his second goal in as many games, they were perfect. Literally perfect. They capitalized on their chances. They got goaltending when they needed it. Their defense overall was very good, not just from their defensemen, but their team defense. They were in everything. So I'm just going to go into a couple of things that I feel like I'm just talking out of my butt again and saying the same things that we've been saying for weeks now. The goaltending tonight, and you know what? Before I even go into that, the Stars fans are trying to find something to be mad about. That's really what it is at this point. We're trying to find somebody to blame for the reason why we're losing right now. Some people are going to try and blame the goaltending. Yes, the goaltending was bad tonight. The fourth, and you know what? I even got caught up in it myself. I was tweeting from the podcast X account tonight, and I was like, Otter really needs to make us a save tonight, and we hadn't gotten it from him. And then that fifth goal happened, and I'm like, well, that's not his fault. Completely not his fault. On that particular play, what on earth are Dellandrea and Steele doing at that point? I understand you're down 3 goals. What on earth are you doing trying to push in the neutral zone and in the offensive zone. It didn't make any sense there at all. Just poor decisions on the penalty kill. Let's talk about Logan Stankoven and the positive and the negative. And yes, there is a negative to the Stankoven side. Stankoven has scored 2 goals in as many games for the Dallas Stars. He has scored 2 of the last 3 goals for the Dallas Stars. That means somebody who is not on your roster 4 games ago is now responsible for 67% of your offense. Hence, Robertson, Pavelski, somebody, Duchesne, Jamie Benn, for crying out loud. The main guy had all of these chances tonight. The offense has completely disappeared at the time that it is most critical for them to be the best. Our defense is really suffering right now. And I saw some people jumping on to Hakanpää for his play tonight. Give the guy a break. This is his first game back in over a week now. And yes, he probably wasn't good, but that's to be expected. No one's going to come. There are very few people in this game who can immediately come in and be just as good as they have been coming back from an injury. It's just not normal. It's not normal. Our defense didn't play well tonight. It's just that your Stars fans are going to try to find something to blame, and there's really nothing to blame right now. So please join me in my therapy session here. I'd love to have your call. If you can, help me out. I don't even know. Maybe we can talk this through. Numbers down at the bottom of the screen. It's 214-810-1740. And you can call in and be live in on the show. I'd love to get your thoughts on this game, or just leave it down in the chat box down below. And I will try to get to as many as I possibly can. Okay, Brooke over here. I'm usually one that doesn't panic after losses, but this was concerning. Yay for Stankoven? I'm past concerned right now. I'm honestly panicked because, and again, maybe I shouldn't be based off of where they are in the standings right now and the fact that they're going to be okay. But this is more than likely probably going to be a team that you're going to face in the first round. And in the 3 games, what have the Stars done? They have absolutely 100% crapped the bed. I mean, let's just be honest right now. Who is the better team? Is it the Colorado Avalanche, or is it the Dallas Stars? And just not even just based off of tonight, but based off of the last game where we were up 3-0, and then we allowed 6 straight goals in a 6-3 loss. And then we had a lead in the game before that against Colorado and allowed them to come back and win in overtime. I really don't like our chances against the Colorado Avalanche in a 7-game series. I don't even give us 6 games. I would say Colorado and 5 at this point, the way that I'm feeling right now. And you know what? I've got stats to back it up based off of the last 3 games that the Dallas Stars have played against the Colorado Avalanche. And it's not being too harsh on the team. Look at the results the team has had the last 3 games. It's just not there. You cannot play like this against a team in your own division that's looking to be a Stanley Cup contender as well. It doesn't make sense. Motto, this team is a first-round exit with efforts like this. As much as I love this team and will ride with them no matter what, it is so dang sad, except he didn't say dang. They had their cushion in the standings and gave it all back. Not excited about Thursday's game. And you know what? See, that's the other thing that's really frustrating. That I really like that last comment. I was really excited coming into tonight's game because of the win against Carolina on Saturday. And I was really excited about how Stankoven played in the game on Monday. And right now, that is the only bright spot that I'm seeing on this team right now. And I'm not excited about Thursday's game, which, if for those that haven't looked, the game is against the Winnipeg Jets. Not really looking super excited about how the final score and how the final result will be for the Stars in that game on Thursday. I want to talk about a couple excuses that are coming to my head right now. Yes, this team is going through injuries right now. Yes, this team is dealing with a lot right now. They're dealing with a really tough schedule. But you know what? So has every other team in the league right now. And honestly, I think we are extremely lucky in the fact that all the teams around us are kind of struggling as well. The Jets really struggled after the All-Star break. We were kind of meh 500, so we started gaining some ground and even putting a 5-point cushion between us and whether it was the Avalanche or the Jets. And now that's gone. And this team is really starting to look like a first round exit if they keep having efforts like this. The other frustrating thing about this is I didn't think they played bad. I know that seems crazy considering how depressed I feel and how sad I feel about this team right now, but they dominated the second period. They did. The Stars did. Before Colorado started getting on all of their goals, Dallas had a 7-0 shot advantage. And that leads me into one of the things they have not been doing for the last couple of weeks. They have not been capitalizing on their chances at all. Like, zero offensive chances. And again, Logan Stankoven is responsible for 67% of their offense in the last 3 games. And he wasn't even in the lineup a week ago. So it's got to be better. You just have to figure it out. So let's see what else we got here. And see, here's some of the stuff that I was talking about with the goaltending. And this is not calling anybody out, but this is just showing the differences of opinions for Stars fans. They're trying to find something to blame or to explain why this team is playing so bad. Ricky Spanish, some soft goals given up tonight. Definitely not the same order as last year, it seems. Well, yeah. And I think that's fair to say that some of the goals that he gave up were soft, and it's definitely not the same order that we have seen the last couple of years, I would say. He has not been the same this year. And then Mato, with also a legitimate comment here. Hard to be the otter of the last couple of years with the D they have. So here's the question. Jim Nill, do you like where your team is at? He likes to use that line all the time, especially with the Demon. I don't like where this team is at. This has not just been a issue for the Stars just in this pit of losing games where we're now 1-3-3 in our last 7 games. This has been a consistent issue throughout the season, even when we didn't have injuries. Now we do, and we see the legitimacy that Stars fans have and their concerns with the defense. If you want to go on a run and have any chance of beating the Avs, who have an excellent top 6 defense group, if you want to have any chance of beating the Vegas Golden Knights, who, again, have an excellent top 6 group, if you want to have any chance against the Vancouver Canucks in the Western Conference Final, assuming we get there, they also have an amazing top 6 right now. This team, the D-core is not good enough. I was hearing on the broadcast that the Stars are apparently the leading front runner for trying to get Chris Tanev, according to Kevin Weeks. You better get him at this point. this team needs more than just help. They need a complete overhaul with their decor right now. Let's take a look at a couple more comments. There's not a ton coming in, but here's another Otter comment. Brandon, can't blame it all on Otter. Otter was not great, but you can't excuse the poor power play unit and the absolute crap defense. Not to mention the lack of offense other than Johnson and Stakeoven. And yep, that's basically kind of what I've said uh, throughout the game here, or throughout the podcast here tonight. Motto, I'm so tired of the tired excuse. And that's the other thing. And that brings up a good point by Motto here as well. We've been trying to make excuses for this team, and okay, they're gonna be fine. They've got a 5-point lead. Oh, that's okay. They're on a second night of a back-to-back. Oh, that's okay. Their offense will come around. At some point, you have to stop making excuses. And again, that's not anything to attack the team or anything, but I mean, come on. You eventually have got to stop making excuses. You do. James Starzy agreeing with me with a couple of things with our top 6 players. Where's Rope? Where is Pavs? Why is Ottinger allowing 3 goals a game at least? Yeah, agreed. So, yes. But and again, I'll jump to this because it's fair to say because Ardell is making some points here as well. Dallas has 79 points. It's reasonable to be concerned, not time to jump ship. And I'm not saying I'm trying to jump ship here, but you got to figure this out. You can't continue playing like this. And I mean, I'm not saying we're going to be out of the playoffs or anything like this, but it's completely unacceptable the way that the Stars are playing right now. It really doesn't. Zachary Mitchell, does Tanev really make a difference in this game though? That's a good point. That is absolutely a good point in saying that because honestly, no. Chris Tanev is not a Nathan MacKinnon or a Cale Makar or a Miro Heiskanen or anything like that. It's not going to be he would not be enough in order for the Stars to win this game. We just got to figure it out. So, what do we have to do? I think what you do is you go back to basics. You go back to basics. And one of the things I would suggest is you completely throw all of the offensive lines in the blender. All of it. And every line plays the exact same way. You go after it and you play hard and you go and get the puck. Because obviously what we're doing right now is not working. And honestly, maybe we don't even see like a legit lineup coming in for the Stars tomorrow or for the next game on Thursday. Maybe we just see a weird conglomeration amoeba thing for this team. I don't know, but maybe we see insane stuff. Maybe we see some insane stuff over the next couple of days where we see Robo down on the third line, or I mean, throw Stankoven up on the top line. Put him with Hintz, and maybe even throw Johnson on the other side. We got to see something change here. And then once we get out of that, then maybe you can go back to the lines that seem to be really well. But we are just in an absolute funk right now, and we just can't seem to get out of it. So a couple of responses to that there. Move Wyatt to the top line. It worked for a while, but then after that, what happened? it wasn't doing good enough, and then they put Pavelski back up on that line. So I just don't think that's the option there. Brandon Perkins put Wyatt and Stankoven with Duchesne. Maybe. I think that would be fun to see. And you know what? They have been our two best players the last couple of games. And Duchesne has, I would argue, been our best forward throughout the throughout the season. He's co-leading the team in goals right now with 23. And then we've seen the play that Wyatt and Stankoven have done together. Maybe we throw those three guys together and just see what they can do. Side note real quick. Hopefully Mason Marchman is okay. He seemed to be okay. He was obviously a little frustrated with the way that the game ended tonight, and that was good to see a little bit of snarl back. But it would be nice for the Stars to show a little bit of pushback there at the end of the game. The broadcast, I was just so tired of hearing about MacKinnon and about Makar and all of this stuff. But it's and I know there were some Stars fans that were frustrated with that, but I mean, honestly, what else are you supposed to talk about? The Stars were giving them nothing to talk about, and they tried. They really, really tried. So, as much as I hated hearing about how great Colorado was, Dallas was not doing anything to give them anything to talk about. So, maybe that will be something that changes over the next couple of weeks. Maybe the Stars will be able to push back. They just looked, and the perfect word for it was deflated. They looked completely, utterly deflated and shocked after after the 3 goals. So, I don't know. I really don't know the answers. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to think about this way too much because it's just a game. But I love this team too much, and I care about this team too much to go off and be utterly frustrated with this team. They will get better. They will make the playoffs, and everything will be hunky dory in the end, I think. It just feels very concerning right now and very panicky right now. This is the first time I felt like this. It's the first time. So hopefully that gets fixed. Biggest winner and biggest losers tonight. It's obviously really easy for me to choose the biggest winner. There was really only 2 that you could really pick from, and you got to give it to Logan Stankoven. I'm really rooting for the guy. I hope he solidifies himself a roster spot now. I think he needs to. We need to have this guy on this team, and I don't know if that means that someone needs to get traded or someone is expendable in our top 9, and you trade somebody away to make room for Stankoven, and maybe even make room for Maverick Bork if he's ready to go as well. But I don't know. He's the biggest winner for this team right now. Not just in this game, but in the course of the last 3 games. The only good positive thing that we could be talking about right now is him. The biggest losers tonight is our best players. And you know what? James is 100% right about this. He completely leveled that top line in the last episode last night. I wasn't fully committed to that yet because I thought they would eventually, kind of turn it around. But we have had now 2 games like this where we have been completely and utterly destroyed. One of them against a really bad team in the standings, even though Ottawa is playing better now as of late. And then a good team in the Colorado Avalanche who we might see in the first round. At the very least in the second round, I would believe. I whoever they play, they're gonna get past in the first round, I believe. So, Robo, Hintz, Pavelski, Miro, Duchesne, we need some offense from you. That's really what changes all of this. If we just are able to capitalize on just a couple of the chances that we had tonight, if Ben is able to capitalize on the 4 quality scoring chances that he had tonight, according to Ardell, then maybe we're talking about this game in a lot different light. So that's going to do it for me here tonight. Thank you guys for joining me in my stars therapy session. Feels like 3.0 or 4.0 in the season. Appreciate you guys listening. There's a ton of you who are listening afterwards. This team is going to get better. Let's not freak out or go nuclear here, but we absolutely are allowed to be concerned and maybe even a little bit panicked at this point. Thank you to DraftKings Sportsbook for being our sponsor. Go and use that promo code THPN the next time you are there. And alongside just myself, my name is Ryan. We'll catch you guys on the flip side. Hope you guys have a good, fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. And I hope we will be back with you guys on Thursday talking about a win rather than the Stars loss. See you guys again on Thursday.